Hi beautiful, we have a foundation review and wear test today, and I wanted to make a full dedicated video on this foundation because I just have a feeling that this might become a favorite of mine simply by the way it is described and it looks online. I know that might be a little bit crazy, but I just have a feeling, so we'll test it out. We'll do a full wear test today and we will see whether or not this new foundation is worth it. I'm sure you know by the thumbnail and title of this video, but we are talking about the brand new Vanngo foundation. This just came out a few days ago at Sephora. I have shade 6, which I am fairly confident will be the right color for me right now. I will get into all of the details of how this foundation is claiming to wear and how this foundation is claiming to last. It is called the Red Carpet Skin Luminous foundation, and it is a serum foundation, which right there checks one of my marks, because when I hear serum foundation I hear thin foundation that sinks into the skin, and that is what I'm hoping for. This is what the foundation looks like out of the box right here. It is a plastic frosted bottle with a red rectangle on the front and back with a red cap as well, and when you untwist it you have this little dropper situation at the top. Like I said, I got shade 6 and I'm really hoping it'll be a good color for me. This is what it looks like on the back of my hand. Now the back of my hand I feel like is tanner than my face, so I think on the face it should work. And so far, just by like smoothing it out in the back of my hand, feels nice, you guys. It is laying very nicely back there, and it has a luminous finish, but it's like a natural luminous finish. It's not like greasy looking, because I do not like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into exactly what this foundation is claiming to do, because I remember reading about it when I was doing my Will I Buy It video last week and being very impressed by the claims. This foundation, by the way, retails for $46, and there are, I believe, 40 different shades. Let me count. Might be 38 different shades. It is claiming to be a cruelty-free foundation with a natural finish, long-wearing, medium coverage. It says it is a concentrated yet weightless long-wear serum foundation that delivers a medium to full coverage with a hydrated, natural, blurred finish, and that right there is all music to my ears. It has hydrolyzed hyaluronic acid, which provides hydration for smooth, luminous looking skin, microspheres that blur the look of imperfections with a soft focus effect, a niacinamide and licorice extract, which is going to promote smoother, brighter, more even looking skin. Additionally, it says while traditional ranges include strong, warm and cool undertones, this collection features custom nuanced neutrals for each shade depth, handcrafted by Hong based on decades experience with all skin tones. This ensures a seamless shade matching as well as an even base to complement the rest of your looks. The formula features patented polymer technology, a smooth, soft film that never feels dry, and ensures fade-proof long wear. It also features vitamin E and emollient known for antioxidant protection. I'm happy with the undertones thing because I have a pretty neutral complexion, but I guess if you have very yellow skin and you usually go for very yellow undertones in your foundation, this one is going to neutralize you, just by what that says. Same thing if you have a very strong pink undertone. I have my hair up and out of my face already, and I have Magic Cream as my moisturizer and primer. Besides that, my brows are done. That is all the makeup I have on, and I intend to apply this one with a brush. This is a BK Beauty 101. I'm going to put it on the back of my hand and go from there because I don't know how much to put on my face yet. So let's do it. Just smoothing it all over with a brush. It feels very thin for sure. I was pretty confident about the color, but as you can see, even compared to my neck, it is a little bit light for me right now. If you've been watching my videos throughout the summer season, you might know I'm having a very hard time matching myself with foundations because I keep picking my winter shade, not realizing that I have some color on me right now. What that all means though is that if this foundation looks good, even being too light for me at the moment, the formula is amazing, because I feel like when you have the wrong color, the foundations don't look right. And so far this is looking pretty flawless in my opinion. So let's see. Let's do the forehead, which is the tannest area. Now if I look too pale right now, that is totally fine, because we're going to go on with some bronzers so we can bring some color back to my face. I feel like for some reason it looks paler on camera than it looks in person, maybe because of the bright light, because I'm looking at myself in a mirror I have right here in front of me, and I feel like in person it doesn't look as pale as it is looking on the monitor. I'm of course going to show you what this looks like outside in natural lighting with my iPhone's camera. So check it out. This is what it looks like freshly applied. Nice and glowy, but it is not enhancing any texture on my face, which is nice. And we haven't even powdered it yet, which I will powder the center of my face so it'll look even smoother later. So far, so good. I'm going to go stand by the window and see if I can show you it in natural lighting right now before I put bronzer on. Give me a second. I'm in front of the window right now. Check it out. It looks really nice. See how it like doesn't look as pale, I feel like, in natural lighting as it does over there, which, as I said, it's fine because we're about to bronze it up, but I wanted to show you it looks really nice so far. I'm excited. I'm actually excited about this formula. We'll see how it wears. Hopefully it'll wear all day and it'll stay looking this good. So let's keep going. For bronzer, my current go-to is from Westman Atelier in the shade Toast, because it looks toasty and I feel like that is the way I want to look this summer. Plus I really like that it has a very neutral to cool undertone. Let's go ahead and add more on my cheeks here and the nose. And then with a Refer foundation brush, I am blending that bronzer all around the face, on the cheekbones back here. See how natural that bronzer looks? I love it. I've been absolutely loving these from Westman Atelier. I've had Biscuit for years and I always used it during the winter time, but the color Toast for summer is actual perfection. I love it. I'm going to use my Tarte color corrector on the inner corners of my eye, and with the F27 from Sigma, I'm going to smooth that in right there, keeping it where I placed it pretty much. And I love the difference a color corrector makes for your under eyes. I would love to know how many of you watching use a color corrector or started using a color corrector, because I always use a color corrector, and whether or not you love it as much as I do. So please let me know in the comment section. And then after the color corrector, I'm going to use a concealer. This one is from Westman Atelier, the Vital Skincare Concealer in the shade L3. And I'm going to just add a bit to the under eyes and once again blend it in place with my F27 from Sigma. Here's how things are looking before any powder, but after I applied my bronzer and concealer. And I'm going to grab my Givenchy powder in the shade 03. This is not the discontinued one. This is the one that replaced it, that has a little bit of glow to it. And with a makeup puff, this one is from One Size Beauty. I'm going to powder right underneath my eyes and my eyelids a bit. Same thing over here. And then lastly, the center of the forehead. I'm going to grab this bronzer from Vanngo. This is their powder bronzer in the shade Straightforward, and I'm going to bronze my face a little further with it. And I'm using a Refer Holiday brush. And then I'm going to grab this Hermes blush in the shade 23 and add it right up here as well. By the way, I am about to film another video. I'm going to film with the new Mini Bloom palette from Natasha Denona as well. I don't know which video will go up first, if this one or the Natasha Denona one. But if you haven't checked it out, definitely check it out. Or if it's not out yet, wait for that one because it's coming next. Anyways, I'm saying all of that to say, whenever you see me doing my wear test, I will be wearing eyeshadow because I am about to keep filming and I'm going to film with that palette. Here's that blush applied. Also, the reason why I'm going with the peachy blush. And so this right here is my complexion fully done. Check it out right there. So far so good. I would have loved it if the shade was like a little darker, but even with the pale shade after I bronzed and everything, I think the foundation is looking really, really nice. We will see. The main things we need to look out for with my skin in particular, because I have very, very dry skin, is whether this foundation is going to get dry throughout the day, whether it's going to like enhance my texture or get dry around my mouth, which is one of my biggest problem areas. But so far I think it looks really nice. I will check in next with you guys outside in natural lighting so you can see what it is looking like then, and I will tell you what time it is and whatnot. The foundation's been fully applied since around 1 p.m. It is 1:26 right now, and then the plan is to do an 8-hour wear test. So the last you'll see of me will be around 9:15 to 9:30 p.m. tonight. With all of that said, I'll see you guys in a little bit. I'm outside as promised in natural lighting. It's been an hour since I last checked in with you, and this right here is what the foundation is looking like after an hour wear. My only thing that I'm noticing is right here on this cheek, I have texture, but it's honestly not the foundation. It's from my rosacea. Ooh, don't look at my mustache. I need to do that. Anyways, so I'm gonna focus on the good side right here, because I think the foundation is looking quite flawless regardless of my rosacea on this side. Also, as you can see, I filmed the eyeshadow palette review. I have 2 different eyes going. So yes, I'll see you guys later for another check-in. Sorry about the audio on this clip, but I wanted to show you it with a voiceover. This was around 5 p.m. and this is when I started noticing that my skin was getting a little bit glowier than when I first applied the foundation. It's virtually 9 p.m. I am exhausted and dying to take this makeup off and shower, so we're doing the check-in just a few minutes early, and this is how the foundation has held up all throughout the day. 0 touch-ups. I live in Georgia. It's currently a little humid here. I have very dry skin though, and I'm saying all of that to say my only concern with this foundation, I think, would be the fact that I don't get oily, okay? I don't. It's not something that happens to me. And so the fact that this foundation is shiny on my cheeks, my nose, and the center of my forehead means that this foundation gets a little oily throughout the day. Me having dry skin, it truly does not bother me. However, if you have combination or oily skin, this might not be the foundation for you, because if I look this shiny, mind you, after 8 hours, but if I look this shiny and my skin is super dry, on someone who actually has an oily complexion, it could be very, very oily, not just a little bit glowy. However, if you have normal or very dry skin like mine, this might still be a good contender. I can very easily lightly powder where it got oily, and it'll make that shininess go away very fast. Here's how the makeup looks overall. And notice that it only got oily right in the center of the face. I was outside for a couple of hours because we were playing outside with Evelyn, and I even got a little bit wet with some water from the sprinklers on my face because we were having fun jumping the sprinklers. Anyways, all of that to say, it held up pretty good considering I even got some water on my face at one point. I tried my absolute best to get Evelyn not to ruin my makeup today and not to rub her face against mine. I have some footage of her trying really hard to do so, but I feel like overall, lasting wise, it looks good. As far as hydration or lack thereof, it doesn't look dry around my mouth, which is usually my main complaint. But again, if you have oily or combination skin, this glowiness in the center of my face might be a problem for you, because on me it shows up maybe 5-6 hours into wearing the makeup because I have very dry skin, but on someone who has oily or combination skin, it probably gets glowier a lot faster. Anyways, if I had to rate the foundation out of 10 based on my first impressions, I would probably give it like a 9.25. I really liked a lot of aspects of it. I love the coverage. I love the fact that it doesn't make my face look dry. It looks really beautiful on my dry skin overall. So if you have normal or dry skin like I do and you're curious about it, definitely try it. I love that it's thin, that it doesn't feel or look heavy on the face. All of those are absolute positive things. If you're interested in trying the foundation, I have it linked on the video, and I also have the link down below in the description box. Whenever you shop from my links or my tag products, it helps out my channel. If you guys like this video, don't forget to please give it a thumbs up. Before you leave, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I love you all so much. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you back in the next video. Bye bye.